Hello guys, and welcome back to Tamara's Little Bakery. In today's video, we're going to be making this quick and easy homemade pizza. You guys are definitely going to fall in love with how quick and easy it is to make this pizza right at home. This is my go-to recipe if I'm craving a fresh, hot, homemade pizza. Alright guys, before we get started, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. We're trying to hit that 100 subscribers mark. Okay bakers, grab those baking bowls, wash those hands, and let's get right into pizza. Hope you enjoy. So these are the basic ingredients you would need for your crust: flour, sugar, yeast, salt, and oil. Extra virgin oil to be precise, because you need that extra flavor from your virgin oil. All right, let's get it. Now, first things first, we gotta activate our yeast. I have 12 ounces of water here. I'm making double pizza dough, which is why I have 12 ounces. But if you are making just one pizza dough, you just need 3/4 cup, which is like 6 ounces. So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar here. For people that buy their pizza crust, don't do that. Make yours at home, it's better. 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm gonna stir this in just to make sure the sugar is dissolved in the water. Okay, when that is done, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of yeast. Remember, yeast feeds on the sugar to bloom. I just lightly spread it around on top. And I'm gonna let it rest for 5 minutes. Now we're gonna work with our flour. You don't put your salt in your yeast mixture because salt slows down the activation of yeast. So make sure you put your salt in your flour, and I'm just gonna stir this in just like that. And now we're just gonna wait for the yeast to bloom, which is like 10 minutes. It's not that long. After 10 long minutes, our yeast have finally bloomed. You can see that it changed, like it doubled in size a little bit, and it changed on the side. If it doesn't do that, that means your yeast is getting on the old side and you need to start with a new one. But mine did a little something, so I guess we're good to go. And now I'm gonna grab my flour. I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil in here. That was a bloop. All right, put this in here. I'm gonna put in my yeast mixture all in there. Okay, just gonna grab a spoon and just mix it in. If you do have a mixer at home, you could just use your dough hook and just knead this, but I do not have a mixer for dough, so I'm just gonna use my hand and mix it. For those of us who are going to be using our hands, just when you see that the dough has that the water is invisible now and it has mixed with the flour, we're going to use our hands, right, and just make sure everything is nice to work with now. Make sure your hands are clean, people, and make sure your surface is clean as well, because we're going to be working on our surface. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of flour, just put that on top here, and I'm going to put my dough here. Now this is where we're going to start kneading. We're going to knead for like 10 minutes. So grab the ends and drag it in like that, and we're going to do this for 10 minutes. All right people, get your kneading on. All right, so you can see we're getting there. We're just going to keep kneading.
Yeah, this is a good onyx size. Like I said, you don't need to buy a crust, just make one at home. It's fairly easy. Very easy.
When your dough starts getting sticky, just add a little bit of flour to the surface, just to avoid it sticking. You don't want that. It gets messy when it's sticky. Just make. So we're finally done kneading this dough. It's been 10 good minutes. And I mean, like doing this. What I'm gonna do is take it to the front, touching it bounces back. That means we're giving it a good knead. So let's do that, and it rises up. So this is the annoying part where we have to let our dough rest for like an hour and a half, but I promise you it is worth it. What I'm doing right now is I am just greasing my bowl so that my dough doesn't dry out while it's resting for an hour. Please ignore that noise. That is just dishwasher not letting me win at this point. Okay, spread it. It's okay. And I'm just gonna put oil on top, and we're sure it's not gonna dry out. Just a tip here: the longer you leave your dough to rest, the better your crust is gonna taste and it's gonna come out. So I'm just gonna let this rest for like probably 2 hours. I'm just gonna cover my dough in plastic wrap. Look at how beautiful that dough is. While we're letting it sit for an hour or 2 hours, however you like, I'm just gonna start with my pizza sauce while this is time to season. Let's start with my pepper. This is called Ghana pepper. This is really hot pepper, so I'm just gonna add a tad bit of it. I don't want my sauce to be too hot. I'm gonna add this chipotle roasted garlic seasoning. I like the taste, so I just want that in there. I just realized I ran out of seasoned salt. Like, what can I do without seasoned salt? And I literally just came back from shopping, grocery shopping, and I forgot to get seasoned salt. So I'm just gonna add some basil leaves. You need that in your pizza. I can already tell this pizza is gonna be hot. I like my food spicy, especially my pizza. I'm gonna add a little garlic powder. You're gonna stir this in. You could do whatever you want with your seasoning. If you like it sweet, you could add sugar. I know people like sugar in their spaghetti sauce, so you could add sugar if you want sweet, but I just want spicy. So
my garlic powder, ginger, just a tad bit of this. And I'm gonna work with my salt. I'm so sad I didn't get seasoned salt. I'm just gonna use plain salt, like what? Anyways, I have my salt. And last but not least, black pepper. Yeah, this is gonna be spicy for sure. This is the most important part, tasting your sauce. And you have to be confident how your sauce tastes. So good. This is nice, this is very spicy. I need a little bit more salt in here, so I'm gonna add more salt. Everything is good. And just
while our sauce is cooling down, I'm gonna work on my toppings. Let me tell you something, guys. This dough has been rising for a full 4 hours. Whole 4 hours. Just take a look at that. Doubled in size. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in for you guys. You see that dough? Oh, okay. So let's do what we came to do. So I'm just gonna. Oh, take a look at that. What? Evenly spread. Alright, just to make sure. So I'm gonna cut this into two. This might be too much. Okay. So I'm gonna cut this into two. Oh, take a look at this, guys. What? Yo, you gotta make your dough at home. Like, stop being lazy. Grab some flour and make your crust. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna take my pizza pan. If you do have cornmeal, lightly place cornmeal on your pan to prevent sticking of your dough. But I do not have cornmeal, so I used extra virgin olive oil to grease my pan. And this is a 12-inch pan, so I grab my dough. So I start from the middle. I gently press. Done with this dough. Anyways, just make sure you put some for your crust so you have a pretty crust. Okay, so we're done. I'm gonna grab my pizza sauce. Put in my sauce. Make sure your sauce is cold before you put it in. You don't want to grab sauce in here, so taking my sauce and lightly spreading it. You can put any amount of sauce you like in here. I like to grab my pepperoni. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 500 Fahrenheit. Mine is preheating right now. That is finally ready. I'm so happy it didn't stick. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. I wanted it golden brown, so I left it in the oven. Let's cut this baby up. Now you can serve yourself pizza. Just take a look at this. And you got yourself a slice of pizza that beats any pizza restaurant. Take a look at that. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching the process. Good, looks delicious. Make sure you try this at home. Don't be lazy, just make your pizza crust. It's better to make your pizza crust at home and make your sauce at home. It gives you that unique taste that you love, and you can put whatever you want on your pizza like I did here. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you. I just took a bite of my pizza and it tastes so lovely, guys. You need to try this at home.